and welcome back to the First Source podcast, The Source, People with Purpose. I'm Katie with First Source Federal Credit Union, and I am so excited today to be joined with some of our friends from the Connected Community Schools program, as well as Deb from First Source, one of our community development specialists. So thank you all for being here today. I love when we talk about something a little bit different than finances and we touch upon some of the great things that are happening in our community. So for anyone who's unfamiliar with Connected Community Schools, Danielle and Melissa, can you please let us know just a little bit of the background of what is Connected Community Schools and what do you guys do? And really, what don't you do? Because you kind of do everything.
That's a great question, Katie. And it's fairly simple. About 7-8 years ago, there was a group of teachers who were really interested in seeing our schools respond to the needs today. And so those same teachers are still, fairly involved. And what came as a seed planted has become a huge initiative today. And we create community schools. So what's the difference between a community school and a public school is that our organizations partner with these schools and we do a lot of responsive work. So we open the doors more and we let people in, figuratively and physically. We provide space in the school to make sure kids have what they need. We engage parents more. We ensure that the kid is ready to learn by ensuring that they have jackets and school supplies and hygiene. And so, again, what started as this kind of seed that was planted to be responsive to the community needs and family needs has grown from one school 7-8 years ago to now we have 53 connected schools in 7 counties.
Wow, that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And your name really does say what you do. You provide these connections. If the child needs assistance or the parents need assistance, whatever that assistance may look like, whether it's a physical thing or a consultation or social work, what have you, right? You kind of bring those partners together. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I would say it's all about ensuring that the student and the family can be successful in their trajectory, whatever that may be for them, like you had said, whether that's showing up to school, being prepared, or to kind of navigate systems in our community from going down to the county to receive supports there, going to the doctor. Some of receiving care can be difficult, especially in times of distress for people. So we really try to support them in whatever that need is that they identify, but we also can identify additional supports for them to be successful.
We often say, Katie, we have amazing teachers in New York State. We have amazing schools in New York State. We have classrooms that are built for kids to learn, but unfortunately, there's kids who show up who are not able to learn because of what they're bringing in the backpacks with them. And often those struggles that they're bringing with them, homelessness, dental issues or mental health issues or struggles, they're going to show up to those classrooms. And no matter how amazing our teachers are, no matter how amazing our classrooms are, those kids are not going to learn. So one of our missions is to make sure that that teacher can teach and that kid is ready to learn. So we try to empty those backpacks full of struggles.
You're helping with all of those external factors, which is fantastic. And you're really helping to fill some gaps that might not be noticeable on the surface, but really is holding that child back or holding their parents back from helping them at home. So what a tremendous resource that you guys offer. I'm going to talk with Deb now a little bit, who is one of our community development specialists, and she focuses on education. And Deb has had the fortunate opportunity to work with Connected Community Schools in many different capacities of helping the kids understand money and why it's important and what a budget is. And on top of that, being able to also double team and talk with the parents. Maybe the parents are in a situation that they don't know how they can appropriately get out of debt and make their situation better. And Deb's able to help both groups through our partnership with Connected Community Schools. Deb, tell me a little bit about that, what that experience is like for you, what the impact is.
The experience has been pretty amazing. I love Connected Community Schools and all that you guys do, and I've been truly blessed to be able to go into your hubs during lunchtime during your open hubs that you have after hours to provide food and resources for anybody in the community to be able there. I've attended your bookworms that you have on Tuesdays to read to the kids and just to be able to see. So thank you for accepting First Source with open arms, because we really, truly appreciate the opportunity to offer financial literacy, because that's our roots. And we so believe with everything that you guys do that setting the ground floor for financial literacy is so important. So we just... So thank you. But it's been truly great for me just to see, too, your working with your staff. They're just wonderful. And to see the one-on-one interaction of the trust that people have with them that they wouldn't necessarily have with possibly teachers or, guidance counselors. And I've seen firsthand where your staff, they're in the day-to-day, and, just to recognize all that you guys do. But for us to have that extra piece of financial literacy has been so important. And we've been to a lot of your schools, whether it be all day, like at Dodgeville from 7:30 in the morning till 2:30, or just going to Jarvis for 5th grade seminar, or to Central Valley for your hubs. So, just thank you. Thank you for allowing us to be that community partner to fill that piece of financial literacy.
Yeah.
And how do you feel when you leave those sessions? What is the impact, do you think, not only obviously on you? I know you feel very fulfilled when you're done, but the parents and the students, I know they give you a lot of feedback.
They do. Elated. I mean, it's just amazing just to really see how accepting the students are of receiving that type of, financial literacy that we offer. And the 2 financial literacy platforms that we do, the credit union sponsors, we also offer those, free to anyone in the community. And people just really love to be able to hear that, the Bonsai, which is, gamified, and then the other platform that we offer just to overall provide financial wellness, which is so important. But to see when we have an opportunity to come in and do these fun activities with kids where, every money touches everybody in some way, shape, or form, from kindergarten up to, 12th grade. But it's been elated for me to see just the reaction that we have when we come into the schools between your staff.
It's amazing.
So thank you.
Thank you.
I think a lot of times we say you don't know what you don't know. And so the fact that the kids and the teachers and the parents have these resources, they're learning what's available out there to help them. And same with this. They don't know what they don't know. They're being able to learn that and utilize that, which is really, really outstanding. I'm glad that we're able to help so many different, groups and schools on this journey, because to your point, they're going to take it with them for life. So the habits that they learn now are either going to be good ones and they're going to take them with them, or they're going to have to correct them later. And so this is really helps again with those building blocks and those foundations. Tell us a little bit, Deb mentioned the Connected Bookworms. What's that all about?
Oh, that is fun. Give you a little background. I had been to a conference 2 years ago. I walked into the last session of the conference and was kind of half paying attention until I heard the word that illiteracy is the most impactful on a child's life. If they're not able to read, their trajectory through life is going to be very poor. And we knew that poverty played a role, and we knew that, stress and trauma played a role, but literacy is really at the top of the chart. So we stepped back like we always do, and we said, how can we be responsive to this, but fun, like Deb said? And we created a bookworm club, per se. It's Tuesday evenings, every Tuesday evening, 4:00. We welcome parents and kids, and we're focusing on obviously reading to kids and having kids read, but we're really focusing on engaging parents to be able to read appropriately to their kids. How are you engaging your kids as you read? And what has come of it, and Deb has witnessed it, is they can attend, they get a book at the end, a brand new book to take home. But now our parents are taking reading level appropriate books for themselves to go home and read with their kids. And their kids are now helping parents read, unfortunately, but they're doing it in a fun way. And so now the family is reading. And we have some pretty dedicated families who come week after week after week. They love seeing friends that come, such as Deb and First Source and other partners. And it's just been fun.
So many people who don't have the things that they need want them.
Absolutely.
And so what's nice is that you are providing that space for those eager learners to come and get the assistance they need that they didn't have, for the parents, they didn't have it when they were younger.
Right.
And that's going to start a cycle, but you are breaking that. And it's really fantastic. I love to hear the enjoyment that they're getting on the family level from the reading. That's amazing. Tell us also a little bit about the Impact Center.
So the Impact Center is it's at the old City Hall in Rome. It's over 100-year-old building. It took a few years to get up and going. We renovated the downstairs. If you've come in, and we welcome anyone to come and look and take a tour, but it's a funky space. We kept some historical significance to the space, some Rome copper, some, pieces of the history there. But we added some color and some fun. And our real goal with that building is Danielle and I are true believers that if you're in need of assistance or help, or you're just coming in to say hi, it shouldn't be institutional. It should be welcoming. You should want to come back. You shouldn't feel a stigma. So when you come into our building, you're going to sit in our kitchen, or you're going to sit in our hub, or you're going to sit on comfy chairs. It's not a sterile environment. It's a welcoming environment. And what adds to it is, Deb had mentioned before, is our staff are just great. They want to be there. And so families feel welcome, and there shouldn't be a stigma for raising your hand and saying, I need a little guidance. So we wanted a space that really represented that. I'll tell you a side story that we opened the Impact Center only 2 days before the tornado hit in Rome. And so when the tornado hit, which Deb and First Source showed up with us with that disaster, and that Impact Center immediately, very quickly, turned into a true Impact Center. And we were able to assist over thousands and thousands of people. But
you guys were out there
we
grilling
were out there.
and, helping people
hot.
with whatever they needed, cooling people off.
Yeah. We ended up cooking 46,000 hot meals during that time. And just hundreds and thousands of people were in and out of our building, and donations, and taking what they needed, and navigating and assisting. And our community partners showed up, and we did it together. And it was just beautiful. So the building itself has history, and has now recent history of really being
an inaugural launch. I mean, that's crazy.
It was a little hectic, but it was.
I love that, though, that it's I think the concepts all over are changing, of wanting to have that open, safe space. And there's nothing wrong with asking for a little help. We say that to our members all the time. Like, hey, if you're in a difficult situation, just ask. Nobody's going to be upset with you. We'd rather know and say, how can we help? So absolutely. Just to kind of close up, is there anything else that you want to share with us about Connected Community Schools, who you serve, maybe how people can get involved? Maybe there's a school district out there listening to this podcast saying, whoa, I don't have Connected Community Schools in my area, and I'm very interested. How would they go about trying to get involved with you?
So if you are a school district interested to learn more about Connected, just contact Melissa and I. Our information is on our website, connectedcommunityschools.org. And we are more than willing to have a conversation, learn more about the needs of the district. Although our needs from a rural school to a suburban school, we see that the needs are very similar, but resources look different in every building. So we're open to supporting you through the resources and what we can offer in a partnership to create community schools. So just to close to Katie, to say, Connected Community Schools is definitely the foundation that has provided new opportunities to add and enhance our services and resources. So we've partnered with Oneida County Department of Family and Community Services to open up those doors to engage families into resources throughout many of our school districts. We've just added a newer endeavor around workforce development. Great. So again, that can create opportunities for students that maybe don't have that motivation or think that they have the strengths to become a marketer or a financial literacy educator, right? So we do want to provide those opportunities to students earlier on so they can identify the pathway to be successful in our community. We're very excited.
Love that.
Fun work.
In closing, I would like to say, and Deb and I just actually spoke out in the hallway about this, First Source was our first community partner. I remember the day very well. Again, not good with dates, 7, 8, 9 years ago. had a small, tiny office space in Rome. We had sent out an email like, who wants to help? And Deb walked in and said, First Source is here, and has been with us since day one, countless hours. She minimized her role and First Source role in our schools, very minimized. Every day, hours. I think we lost track a long time ago, the impact that First Source has had on probably hundreds, thousands of families and kids. Deb herself, we are actually presenting with an award at our Visionary Awards, an impact award, because of her dedication to us. But we really can't be thankful enough. I think once someone made the commitment, such as First Source did in the beginning, people watched and said, what is this going to look like? And I believe because of our partnership with First Source, many more came along afterwards because people respected First Source to say, oh, this looks legitimate. And that's how we partner with over 400 organizations and businesses today. But this is the first one. So we're so thankful. And collectively, collaboratively, I can't imagine the impact that we've had. So,
thank
and the
you
kids
so
love
much.
it. The kids love it. They think it's fun to talk about money, which is good, right? We all need to have conversations. So.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for sharing that. That's one of the things that we talk about when we talk about our community impact, and when we do partner with folks, we say, we hope we are a catalyst to get others involved. It shouldn't necessarily be something that we own. We want others to see how they can make an impact by connecting with you as well. So just hearing that story is amazing.
The impact to teachers. We're both
Yes.
and a lot of the work that we do today had fallen on our teachers. And we're lifting that work off our teachers.
So that they can do what they're supposed to do.
Supposed
right?
to do, right.
Yes.
And they do it well, so. Yeah.
And that was a perfect impression of Deb. That's exactly what happens. Hi, I'm here.
Here I
First
am.
Source is here.
Yep.
What do you need? How can I help?
How can I help? And that
And
was
what
pretty
more can I
much-
do?
Yeah, and here I'll help you do this, and we've come a long ways together, and I'm very thankful. Yeah.
Well, great. Thank you guys so much for
this
coming
is fun.
today.
Thank you.
Sharing a little bit about who you are, what you do, and you don't know what you don't know. And so hopefully people learn something new today and they realize that this is a major wealth of resources out there for them. So thank you guys so much for being here.
Thank you.